Hello, friends. Welcome. If you're watching this replay, be sure to put in the comments #replay so that I know that you watched it there. I am going to give a minute for all of us to jump on and make sure that I can see us. In the Facebook group, I am Heidi Stevens. I am a women's empowerment coach, a wealth consciousness expert, and a master at manifesting. I'm going to go into all of these details, and we have got a lot to go over content-wise today. So come on in, say hello, welcome, 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 and I'm going to make sure that we are live in the Facebook group. I see you guys coming in here. Awesome. Keep coming on in. Perfect. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Who is here? Who is going to say hello? We've got, is it Lizzie? We've got Megan. We've got Catherine. Awesome. All right. Keep saying hello. Keep introducing yourself. We've got, is that Katie? Hello. Martha. Amazing. We've got Aurora. Is that how you pronounce your name? Or let me know how to pronounce that. Hi guys, let us know where you're coming from, okay? Sometimes we have women from all over the world, all over the states. I want to know where you're coming in from. Gosha is here, and Jen, amazing, Emily, oh my gosh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, you guys, so we have got a lot to cover today, and first and foremost, I want to just share with you that I know that time is often our most precious resource. We only have so much, and so I do not take that lightly. And I want you to know that it is my intention and clarity to really make these days that we're together over these next couple days worth your time. You are going to learn valuable content and valuable material. And I'm really excited and honored that you're choosing to spend this next hour with me. So, first and foremost, let's go over some logistics of the challenge. Marvelyn, you are here. Hello. Good morning from Idaho. All right. Megan is coming in from Montana. We have got Jen from Calgary. Ria. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. That is not one of my strong suits. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. So, logistics of the challenge, my loves. We are going live. I'm going live today, tomorrow, and Friday right here in the Facebook group. And then on Saturday, today, tomorrow, and Friday is at the same exact time, 10 a.m. Pacific time. And then on Saturday, we are jumping in to do a breathwork session together. If you have done one of these before with me, you know how powerful they can be. If you've done one somewhere else, you probably have experienced it. It is an active meditative process that can completely rock your world and just really open you up and help you embody and work through some deep stuff. So I'm going to highly encourage you to join me for that live breathwork session, which is going to be on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So get your partners, on board now, get it into your calendars now. Work out any type of babysitting or anything. It's really supportive to have your own space to ideally not be interrupted, and I promise you it will be worth every point of it. For that experience, the breathwork session on Saturday at 10 a.m., we are going to have a Zoom link. It will not be here in the Facebook group. So we will post the Zoom link in the Facebook group. It'll also be sent to you via email. And know that that's going to be a powerful, powerful Saturday. So the logistics of the challenge are as follows. If you've done a challenge with me in the past, you know how this works. If you are new to my world, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll be sharing a little bit about who I am and what I'm about very shortly here. But the way that this challenge works is that you're going to get 1 point for showing up live. So if you are here live and you haven't said hello, make sure to say hello. You will get 1 point for answering the challenge questions of the day. So today there are 3 questions that I'll be sharing with you at the end of our teaching here today. And the third point is for you sharing something about this on social media, on your Instagram. I am pouring love into all of you for the next 4 days. This is obviously free, and I love doing this, and for you to just give a little love back in terms of a social media post, I am so very thankful for that. So what you'll do is when you tag, you'll just say @HeidiStevens. You can do hashtag Sitting on Gold Challenge. And at the end of this challenge, at the end of the 4 days, we will tally up who has the most points. And those of you that have either the maximum amount of points or the person that has the most points and the second amount of points, there'll be 2 winners. And we'll be sending you a bundle of my favorite wealth consciousness books. We'll be sending you a Sage bundle, a notebook, and you will get that in the mail within the next week or so. So we have got, let's see, we've got, oh, Deanna, hello. Yes, I'm so happy that you're here. Emily, Maxine, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, my love. I'm so happy to hear that. I think I saw Emily come in here, so keep coming on in, ladies, and saying hello. Remember to say hello and presence yourself to get that first point. So before we go into today's content, I just want to name for all of us, wherever you are in the world, I want to just name and ground. There is a lot going on in this world right now. There's a lot going on in the United States politically. There's a lot going on worldwide. We are all living through times that I never thought we would be seeing. And so to just know that that is in the energetic field, I am not coming into this thinking like, oh, life is how it was, how it was a year ago. We have all been through a lot. We have all triumphed. We are all feeling our own seasons of highs and lows. There is, both a lot of challenges that have come up, and there is also a lot of positives that have come up from this pandemic, from this time. And so while I'm not going to be getting into politics in any way during this challenge, what I do just want to say is that if this morning when you got up, if you are feeling a bit razzled from last night's events in the United States, if you are feeling a little off kilter or a little bit like more concerned or more worried than perhaps, from times before, I hear you. I am with you. I am not negating any of that. And I am continuing to choose my own inner alignment, to choose what I do have control over, to choose what I am focused on, creating as much impact as I can in my own little life, in my own family, in my own community with all of you. And there are certain things that I do not have control over. And so I just welcome all of you to really bring yourselves into, as best as you can, into that mindset and mind frame, because the reality is that anything else is just not serving you. It is just not, right? We're just being completely pulled out of our own ability to rise up. So that is the energy that I'm going to be bringing every single day this week, and I welcome you to join me with that. So, as I said when I first got on, I have had a lot of different titles, and I don't even really believe in titles, but these days I'm calling myself a women's empowerment coach. I'm also tagging on a wealth consciousness expert, as well as a master at manifesting. Those of you that have known me for quite some time, which there are a few of you here that are joining me live today, know that I have really done so much work at manifesting, learning how to bring spiritual concepts into my business and life over the years. And I have been studying it. I have been actively participating in it. And it has become so much of my world and my life today that I often forget. I forget that oh yeah, I'm doing that thing again where I'm creating. And I'm so excited to share with you guys during these next 4 days how to implement more of those concepts and more of that into your life. So I did not grow up this way. I was never one of those kids that grew up seeing or hearing or having visions. I grew up in Tacoma, Washington, which is about an hour south of Seattle, in a very, very small suburb. There was 100,000 people in my community. I went to a high school there was one high school. I went to the high school that both my parents went to. My parents were married when they were 19 years old. And my dad was a piano salesman growing up. My mother was a stay-at-home mom. We were kind of in that like slightly upper middle class. We had everything that we wanted, and I just didn't know that there was more. I didn't know that there was a whole world of abundance and things. And yet I always had this like inner calling I was always a seeker or a searcher. I grew up Lutheran. I was baptized. I just never quite like found my way in that path. I went to college, and I just always knew I need to get to somewhere warm. I need to get to somewhere sunny. I need to be in a bigger container, although that's, not what I was calling it when I was 18 years old. I went to UCLA, and I was always very, very athletic. So I got a diving scholarship at UCLA, and I haven't left. And so much of my experience on this growth path and this expansion path has been through hitting my own bumps and hitting my own trials and really awakening and opening into, wait, there has to be a different way. So getting out of college, I went into real estate. My dad said I would be good at it. We had some friends that were real estate agents, and they said, Heidi, I think you'll be good at this. And I just kind of did what people thought I could be good at and thought I should do. And you guys have probably heard the story by now. I found myself in a commercial real estate office here in Los Angeles, not having any family or really knowing that many people other than, my friends at UCLA, in a world of men in black pantsuits going in, working their asses off every single day, making cold calls, having this super hardcore competitive, don't look at my desk, there is very scarcity. There's only so much to go around. And looking at all of them, I did what any successful, smart young woman does. I said, I'm going to be like them. I'm going to go and do exactly what they're doing. I'm going to make those 100 cold calls a day. I'm going to pound the pavement. I'm going to work my 14 hours a day. And while I did have some financial success, because if you're working 14 hours a day, making 100 cold calls, it's going to happen, right? You would have to just, I don't even know how you would not have something happen working that hard. Within 24 months, I also had put on 40 pounds on a 5'2" frame. I completely burnt out my adrenals. I was no longer having my menstrual cycle. I was puffy. I was drinking a ton. I was partying, and I was downright miserable. And at the age of 24, I thought, is this what this is all about? Is this what I've been striving for and having all this success for? Is to look in the mirror and see this? This doesn't feel good. And thank God I had the wherewithal at 24 to look a little deeper within inside myself and ask myself some deeper questions of, can this look different? And can I do this in a different way? And is there a path that has a little bit more ease and a little bit more grace? And that was the start of my journey into spirituality, into personal development, into mastering my mind, into up-leveling my own wealth consciousness. And from that point to today, which is almost 16 years, I'll be 40 in a couple of months. Oh my gosh. It has been quite a journey, and it has been quite a path. And there's a lot that's happened since from there to here. But when I really dwindle it down, when I really look at what has been that cross between having the outward success that I have always desired, I desire to experience beauty and abundance and expansion, and I believe today, and with all of the spiritual training that I've done, that it truly is what Spirit Source, the universe, wants for us. And so where is that crux between having the things on the outer world that we want and finding that inner peace and that inner joy and creating it with a level of grace and ease? And I didn't grow up knowing what manifesting was, or what wealth consciousness was, or probably even what women's empowerment was. But today, after being on this journey for the last 15, 16 years, I can share with you that there is that beautiful balance, and that it is available for every single one of us. And I'm so excited to dive into some of those concepts today, and to really give that to you and share these teachings that I've learned. So we are going to dive in. I'm going to pull out my whiteboard. I don't do that very often. Yes, the 40s. I've heard, Melissa, that the 40s are the best, and I'm so looking forward to experiencing them. So, my loves, here we go. We are going to dive in together. And I am going to share with you a perspective on where these different aspects of ourselves and where this line occurs. Okay? So for those of you that have been in any of my programs, you have seen some of this. You have not seen all of this. So I'm going to throw out a concept for you guys. This is something that I learned while getting my master's in spiritual psychology. Dr. Ron and Mary Holnick taught me this concept, and they gathered it from their teacher, John Rogers, if you want to do any deeper, thought process into that. This is where this information comes from. And it's this idea that there is both a goal line, and let's just start here, that there is a goal line in our world. And we are taught, in the Western world, we are taught that if we move forward on the goal line, then we will achieve joy and happiness and peace and everything that our heart desires. So some of the things that we are conditioned to believe will bring us these things are things like money. And I'm going to ask for you guys to help me here and get a little interactive. Okay, so what are other things that we are taught and told that if we achieve on the physical plane, on the goal line, that we will be able to, that bring us happiness, right? We're taught if we look a certain way, if we have a certain amount of health, if we have, what else? And I think I've got a little bit of a delay here, so I'm just going to let you guys join in. What are we taught? If we have houses, if we have a marriage, thank you, Megan. If we have a marriage, kids, right? What else? House, family, partner, beauty. Yep, certain amount of beauty. Fitness, health, I'll put fitness. Yep, what else? Success, fame, family. Karen, what's up? Hi, I'm so happy to hear you. Okay, I'm going to put money, fame, success, status. Ooh, status, yes. All right, you guys are getting good ones. Motivation. Ooh, that's an interesting one. I like that. All right, cool. Okay, cool. If you guys got more, go ahead and keep bringing them in here, okay? And we're sold this, right? Like this is, we buy in. If we have these things, we're going to have a happy life. And the reality is that I think when a lot of us have spent a lot of our life, right, going after all of these things, recognition, admiration, yes, 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 yes. We genuinely think that these things will bring us joy and happiness and peace, okay? So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go, what are we really looking for in those things? And I'm going to call this the soul line. Okay, so what are we looking for in these things? The words are backwards, mirror effect on Facebook. I know. I actually knew that was going to happen. And so you guys just got to stick with me here while I do this and maybe take a couple of notes so that it can be backwards. And we can also post this at the end. We can take a picture and post it. Okay. So what are the things that we are told that this will bring us as we grow up the soul line? We think that we're going after these things for inner peace, joy, happiness, love, right? You want a partnership? Love. There you go. Why do we want health and fitness? Why do we want fame, to feel important, to feel recognized? Okay, what else? Let's keep fulfillment, gratitude. Yes. What else we got? Contentment. What else we have? Safety. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's powerful. Okay. Now, I'm also going to ask you on the soul line of the things that we're going for. What have you found in your life that has really brought forward like the most fulfilling things in your life that really fill up your tank and really fill up that, like, for me, I found that having compassion for myself and others, having empathy, having connection, acceptance, peace. What else? What else when you've looked at your own experience and then your relationship with others? What's brought intimacy, right, with yourself and others? What else? Friendship, awesome. Compassion, for sure. Yes. Community, beautiful. So what do we get from community, right? We're looking for connection. Connection with ourselves and others, intimacy. Yes. Okay, so if you think of more things that we're really going for on the soul line, please feel free to keep posting them. Laughter. What does laughter do? It brings a lightness, right? Lightness. And that lightness, laughter, that's really about joy. It's really about joy. Vulnerability. Ooh, vulnerability. Yes, vulnerability allows the intimacy. And then the connection. Contribution. Beautiful. Beautiful contribution. Love that. Contribution. Amazing. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next step here. So you guys get this, right? It's like here, we're going after these things. We think that they're going to bring these things. And the reality is, which you guys know, but I'm going to remind all of us, is that these things down here on the goal line, going after the money, going after the relationship, going after the fitness and the health and the kids, they can bring a level of joy and peace, or they can also bring us a lot of challenge and strife and fatigue and draining, right? It's not that it's actually not that one's better or worse. And the crux, the interesting thing is that whether you are going this way on the goal line or whether you are experiencing this on the goal line through a bad marriage, through massive health challenges, through feeling broke or not like you don't have enough, either one of these directions on the goal line, my loves, can trigger you to start working and doing the work to go up the soul line. So whether you're going this way or this way, this is a flat line. These things do not end up bringing you up the soul line. What happens is that going after things on the goal line or not having things on the goal line ends up waking you up to go, wait, is this really what life is all about? Is this what I really want? Yes, no, I'm now reevaluating. I'm getting more introspective. I'm going to do some deeper work, and I'm going to start going up the soul line. So what are the things that we do that start bringing us up the soul line? Okay? Things like I'm just going to put this down for a second, but stick with me because it's not going away. Things like asking ourselves deeper questions. Things like listening to what's true for us, right? And having like those intuitive hits. Things like starting to work on and realize that, wait, I have a relationship with something greater than me. Then maybe there is a universe out there. Maybe there is something that's at work here other than just going down this goal line on the physical plane that's going to bring me some level of joy and happiness and peace other than just what I think. Things like taking radical responsibility for our actions and ourselves and our emotions, which I know if you are here, you're already doing, like, you know a lot of this. And I'm not suggesting that you don't. You already know so much of this. So the question becomes, if that's the work that you are on through this going up the soul line process, right? Because you're there. And you also know that more is available to you. What I want is for every single one of you and for all of us to be living in this quadrant all the time. Only this quadrant all the time. Okay? So I'm going to walk through, because if there's an up to the soul line, there's also a down to the soul line. And when we go beneath the threshold on the soul line, that's when we find ourselves getting into anxiety, overwhelm, jealousy, blame, judging ourselves and others. This happens to every single one of us all the time. So it's not that you only live here or only live here. It's you're flip-flopping. You're going up and down, okay? Then you've got this goal line. Again, either one of these, either having more on the goal line or having less on the goal line, can trigger this up and down vertical line. I'm going to call this one quadrant 1, where we are choosing to step into all the time. I'm going to call this quadrant 2. I'm going to explain that in a second. I'm going to call this one quadrant 3. And I'm going to call this quadrant 4. Okay? And for the sake of this challenge and this community, we're going to look at the goal line in terms of money. Because the reality is that money can buy things like houses. Money can buy fame. And it can also support us. It can support us if you're up here in being able to invest in things like health, like wealth, like beauty, right? So we're going to focus on money on the goal line because that's what we're going to focus on manifesting. And so here, if you have more money, and you're going up the soul line, this is where you will live. This would be having less money, no money, and working in the soul line. What are some people and things that you think that live in this quadrant? They're soulful, they're connected, but they're not quite manifesting the money that they desire. Who are those people? Yogis. Who else? Who else lives in that world? Maybe some like health professionals. I don't know about you guys, but I've gone to spiritual gurus before that are just so wise beyond. Yes, monks. Wise, but like they just like They don't have a lot of money. Maybe they don't want a lot of money, or they've got their own money blocks, right? They've got their own wealth consciousness things that they're working through. Light and energy workers, exactly. Not right or wrong, not bad. They may desire more money, they may not, but they're living in a lack of wealth consciousness, even though they're growing up the soul line. Being a coach that makes no money, there you go. Artist, ooh, good one, Kat. Being a struggling coach. Being struggling at being so freaking passionate about what you do and who you are in the world, but not seeing the income that you desire, right? Who's in this world? Who is in this world? The goal line, making money, but teacher is great, but maybe not having the introspection, maybe not doing the inner work. They thought that all of this would make them bring them a ton of happiness, but somehow, some way, they still find themselves in a ton of struggle, not having inner peace, not having joy, not having that intimacy that they thought, but wait, I'm working my ass off to get what I wanted. I'm going to call out like corporate America, right? Stereotyping here. You're 50, 60-year-old white male. Maybe people, exactly, there you go. Parents' generation, corporate. I see it a lot in the real estate world. Not everyone by all means. But I have a lot of women that come to me from the real estate world going, wait, I have everything, but I'm not happy. I'm not feeling joyful. Lawyers, great. Yeah. Okay, if you have more, feel free to tap into, quadrant 3. And then quadrant 4, not aware and no money. Typically, these people don't find me. Ever. They're very much in victim mode. They're very much in, the world is gonna go get me. And they typically do not find me. The women that I work with and the women that I feel so called to work with are these women. All of you that are like so connected and you're desiring to be more connected and you're really taking responsibility for going up the soulful line. And you want to come over here. You desire to create more in your life. And I also find that I get a lot of these women. I think it's because of the success that I've created in my life and the way that I do it. I don't quite know. But women that are just that have a lot. They've got a lot of things. And a lot of these women, they follow me on social media. It takes a lot for them to come over because I'm a little woo-woo and I'm a little out there and it takes them a lot, right? To like get past their ego. But when they do, they're like, thank God I decided to go up the soul line. And what I find here, my friends, is that as you are actively going up the soul line and actively working on your money blocks and your money mindset, this is where manifesting occurs. This is where more flow, more ease. I should have a red heart. I don't have my red marker in front of me. This is where abundance, a higher level of wealth consciousness, more freedom, because money does buy you freedom and choice, especially in these days and ages, right? Being able to get high quality food, being able to choose where you want to live, being able to have different options for how you want your kids to go to school. This is where I want every single one of you looking at, living, and just continuing wherever you are in this, on the soul line, wherever your markers are, just continuing to go higher and higher and higher. All right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about, okay, Heidi, how? How do I get there, right? And I want to tell you how. Having a higher level of emotional maturation, intelligence, and connection combined with an outward desire equals a radical shift and transformation. Okay? You guys hear that? Let me see where I wrote it down here just so that I can get it exactly right. Hold on 1 second for me. Because I wrote it in a way that I think will be supportive. Yes. Yes. An elevated emotion. Kat, can you put this in an elevated emotion combined with a desired outcome. An elevated emotion with a desired outcome equals the physical manifestation. Now, here's the reality, my loves. Most people, this is the challenging piece. Most people are motivated by fear. Right? Most people decide to work on their elevated emotion because they're having a challenge in their marriage, because they're having a massive health situation, because they're not seeing enough money coming into their bank account. So they go, okay, I got to get away from that fear, and I've got to move away from. How many times have you known, shit, how am I going to make this happen or pay rent or get this thing? And all of a sudden you work your buns off and you make it happen and you kind of get by, right? That is not the energetic of overflow, of abundance, of flourishing. And so question becomes, well then, Heidi, how do I get there? How do I move up? How do I move up this quadrant here and keep going? My question for you is, what is propelling you forward? What is your desired outcome and your heightened state of emotion that you feel called, you feel propelled to move in that direction? Not what are you running away from? What do you not want anymore? We all know you don't want to feel lack. We know you'd want to have an abundance of money. We know that you want to get out of debt. Debt isn't exciting and inspiring to move towards. So what are some of the things that you feel propelled to move towards in your life, in your desired outcomes? Go ahead and write this down. Just start brainstorming with me, you guys. What are you yes, Heidi, that is a dream of mine that if in 40, 50, 60, 70 years, I look back and I go, I was just kind of surviving and I was just kind of getting through my days. And I didn't really go for this thing that I know was meant for me. I'm going to look back and have regrets. Joy, lightness, wholeness. What else? What else? How do you get more joy? How do you get more lightness? What are other things? Freedom, ease, delight. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, keep them coming. I want people to say my work changed lives, Max. Yes, yes, yes. Emily, helping people write their stories so that other people will read their books and see their reality reflected. They want to live. Oh, I am touched. I am moved. Oh my gosh. Yes. 100%. Martha, helping others. Aurora, impact. Who else? Time freedom. Amazing. Megan, what will that time freedom give you? Like, what does that mean to you that you feel propelled to have more time freedom? There's something that you want to do with that time. Jen, what does self-expression mean to you? What does that mean? How do you need to express in your life? Come on, you guys. These are good. These are good. These are good. Keep them coming. What else? Write a children's book and self-acceptance, Alexis. Yes! Writing a children's book. We forget to dream, you guys. We get so in our stuff every single day that we forget to remember why we are here. One of my dear friends and mentors says, God did not make extras. God did not make extras. Okay? We are here. Every single one of you is here to create something in the world. It may be something for your children. It may be something that has more impact. It does not matter. But what happens is that we get caught in the like, you know what? I'm just going to go into survival mode. I'm just going to go into survival mode. I'm just going to put my head down and make money. Or I'm just going to do my spiritual work and not think about the other things. You are available for more. And it's not about putting on more bracelets or gold Rolexes or having a bigger and bigger and bigger home. If that's something that you genuinely desire, then by God, it is available for you. You've probably heard me say this before, but God does not put a desire on your heart or in your awareness to dangle a carrot out in front of you and say, look at what everyone else has. They can get that, but I'm sorry, it's not for you. So if there is something that is genuinely on your heart, that is genuinely asking to propel you forward, to create something more in your life, it is because it is available for you to manifest. And the work that you probably have to do is a combination of on the goal line and on the soul line, okay? Taking radical responsibility for your actions, your thoughts, your beliefs, your routines, the way that you're holding yourself, energetically managing yourself as you go through the day. Now more than ever, we are being pulled. We are being fear. Look at the news. We are being sideswiped left and right. We are being told, just get through the day, just survive, just get your kids through Zoom, just make enough. No. If every single one of us is a representation of universe, spirit, it is a miracle that every single one of us got here. Look at your children. You birth them into this world and they are little miracles. They are miracles. You think that that child is just meant to get by? Is just meant to survive the day? And this isn't your fault. This isn't your fault. All of this, like the need and the feeling to just survive as we get through our days. It has been conditioned. It has been put on us. It has been, we have learned it from our parents. God bless them. They were just doing the best they can, right? We watch other people. We start surrounding ourselves. We want to fit in. We want to play small. We want to not be the one that stands out from among them. We don't want to be that different because it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago that if we were different, if we came out of the tribe, if we didn't fall in line, that we were actually at risk to get food, to have water, to have safety, physical safety. So we learned it is in our DNA to just keep going, to just walk, to just do what everyone else does. And my God, right now, we are being asked to awaken. We are being asked to look at our lives, and we have been given a gift to get quiet, to get away from the noise and the events and the this and the that, and like be surrounded, and to go, what is it that I really desire? How do I want to make an impact in others' lives? Maybe I've lost my job, and how can I turn that around to have that be a blessing? How do I want to raise my kids? Who do I want my kids to be around? Right? How do I want to spend my time? And how do I want to elevate myself and my mind and my ability to create the life and to take steps persistently and consistently to make the impact that I'm meant to make in the world? So my question for you, here are your challenge questions. Listen up. Is number one, what is propelling you forward? What is that desired outcome, that elevated emotion? What is that thing, that experience, that dream that you know is possible for you and that you are meant to manifest? Before your head starts going, but I don't know how, and that's going to cost a lot of money, and I'm not quite sure, and how am I going to get the resources, and I don't know the next step, just stop. Allow yourself to live in that quadrant. So what is the thing that is propelling you forward? What is that dream? And then the second question for the challenge today, and this may take a little bit more, journaling or just introspection today, which is okay because it's a challenge, is why. Why is it vital for you to keep taking steps towards that direction? Because what I want you guys to know is that part of this process of manifesting and overcoming your money blocks and doing the inner work to rise up the soul line and doing the work to move forward on the goal line. Newsflash, it's not really about getting there. It's about the journey, right? Because what happens is that the work that it requires, that can be joyful and can be fun and can help you in rising up in your health and your wealth and your mindset. The woman that you become in that process, she has those things that you desire, and all of a sudden you look back one day and you go, how did this even all happen? How did I create this? Oh my gosh, it's because I was doing this work simultaneously at the same time. I was focused on my desired outcome, and I was also focused on my elevated emotion. And every time I hit a roadblock, and every time I hit a limiting belief, and every time I started thinking, who the hell am I to do this thing? Who am I to feel amazing? Who am I to have so much when the world is suffering? Who am I to feel amazing and good? When there is poverty and there are people out there, who am I to do this? Who are you not to? And the more that you have, the more that you will have to give back in the way that is in alignment for you. So this idea that you've been sitting on, this life that you've been thinking about, this environment that you want to create for yourself, this abundance and prosperity and beauty that you may see other people have and you think, is that possible for me? I will go to my deathbed saying, yes, it is. Because I've watched not only it happen, miracles happen in my life, but also women that have, also so many other women, my clients, my community, my peers. So this is a process. It is not an event. And I am right there with you. Those of you that know me well, you know that I bump up against my own stuff all the time. Friendships kind of peeling back during quarantine. Challenging conversations with my husband about the next desired outcome. Looking at what more do we desire and what's really in alignment. Having a little firecracker as a son, right? Who just like challenges me daily. Having a really tumultuous relationship with my sister, who is probably my greatest and deepest healer. We all have our stories. We all have our stuff. And what I know is that the more you stay on this path, it is not something that's out there. It's not something that's a woo-woo. It's not something that is too good to be true. And the woman that you become as you walk through those steps of overcoming those beliefs and taking radical responsibility for your actions, for your outcome, the solutions, they become more apparent. What do I mean by this? As you create more in your life, as you move through those money blocks, it's not that life gets easier. It's that it gets you're able to create solutions with more ease. Meaning, who is this person that can help me? What is the strategy that needs to be put into place? What needs to be created? So my loves, 2 questions. You guys all got them? Give me a thumbs up. Give me some hearts and likes if you got the 2 questions. What is propelling you forward towards that quadrant? What is the dream? And the second question is, why is it so important that you keep moving forward? Why? What is that deep like, if I don't do this, what regret are you going to have when you are on your deathbed? I know it's a little morbid, but man, I know you're here to play big. I know that you're here to thrive. So for those of you that have jumped in a little bit late, just reiterating. Number 1, let us know that you're here right now, okay? So that you get your first point for the challenge. There's 3 points that you can earn today. The winners of the challenge at the end of these 4 days, you'll get a beautiful box from us with a curated wealth consciousness books, sage bundles, a notebook. You'll have, and so every day you have an option to get 3 points. 1, being here live. That's a point. So say you're here right now. Number 2, answering the questions, and you can just do this in this feed right here. What is propelling you forward, and why is it so important that you keep moving forward? Natalie, what's up? Genevieve, oh, hey. Marvelyn, hello. And then 3rd, posting on Instagram. I appreciate you guys sharing this content. It is clearly my passion, my mission to get this out to more people. So you will get a 3rd point if you go ahead and just screenshot right now, screenshot something that you learned, screenshot you journaling, screenshot your answers, whatever it is, screenshot, tag me at Heidi Stevens, hashtag sitting on gold challenge. That is the 3rd one. And we are back tomorrow. We are back tomorrow doing this work, looking at how do we go over? What are those beliefs that you keep bumping up against on both the goal line and the soul line that have you holding back? How do we work through those so that you keep propelling towards that dream and desire that you are born here to do? What's up, Rita? Hi. So, that is what we are diving in tomorrow. And just so that you also know, during this week, I'm going to be sharing about a brand new program that is a 10-week program to continue supporting you and propelling this forward. We'll be opening up the cart for that program on Friday. So know that that is coming. If you have questions, if you have thoughts, but stick with me here. We're going big. We're going strong for these 4 days, 3 days of going live on here. And the 4th day on Saturday, breathwork. You got to be on the Zoom link for breathwork. More of that to come in your emails. I love you guys. Have an amazing Wednesday. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.